Alright, look. We have yet to see even a second of actual gameplay for Mortal Kombat 1. Yet, as of the time I'm recording this, we know exactly who's going to be in the long-awaited Combat Pack. As purported from the Mortal Kombat 1 FAQ page, the Combat Pack will be containing 5 Cameo fighters, more on that in a different video, and 6 playable combatants who will be made available post-launch. Yada yada yada, you know the gist, I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. Jeff Bezos is likely inputting his fatality code as we speak on an unsuspecting Amazon Italy worker, as the company accidentally leaked the contents of this upcoming combat pack through its listing of the Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition. The leaked combatants are Quan Chi, Ermac, Takeda, Peacemaker, Omni Man, and Homelander. Yeah, Homelander. Alright, off the bat, my first question is John Cena gonna be a playable character in Mortal Kombat? Like, dude, can you imagine hitting a 5-knuckle shuffle through Kenchi's skull in a custody of Takeda ladder match? Chain Gang stocks are absolutely through the fucking roof right now. I mean, there's no way, right? Like, NetherRealm got the likeness for Terminator and Rambo, RoboCop, even Freddy Krueger back in the day, so it can't be out of the question. I just can't imagine anybody signing off on the idea of Sub-Zero ripping the Doctor of Thugonomics spine out from his back. Beyond me and Ed Boon, of course. Now, Omni Man, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, in his own show, it looked like he was playing Mortal Kombat while everybody else was playing Street Fighter, so I gotta imagine he'll fit right in. Can't really see how a godlike, all-conquering alien fits into Liu Kang's idealized reality, but hey, I can't judge. J.K. Simmons is so damn good, maybe Lou thought it was a necessary cost for Whiplash. Finally, though, we get the answer to the age-old question of who wins in a fight between Omni Man and Homelander. The answer is Omni Man, but I'm easily becoming a Homelander main just to hear what those opening dialogues sound like.
I see you got the extra whipped cream in there, huh?
Yeah.
Yummers. Guess you wanted to cram in as much fat fuck as possible, huh?
If Cassie Cage is somehow in this game, then all it's going to take is one hit to the big guy's ego on Twitter, and all hell's going to break loose. I just love the idea of Homelander essentially being a god in his universe, and then he heads to Mortal Kombat's universe, and he's just getting wiped by, like, Baraka or something. Homelander thinks he's that guy, and then a drunk Australian with a laser eye comes out and canonically whoops him. Now, for the real Mortal Kombat fans here, onto the meat and potatoes. First of all, Takeda is the most interesting out of all of these DLC characters in my opinion. Just timeline-wise, how does that even work? You can't have Takeda without Kenchi, which borderline confirms Kenchi, but with the timeline reset, I'd assume that we're getting these classic characters in their primes and not in their middle-aged states like we saw in Mortal Kombat X. Now, I know that the DLC characters are technically not canon, but the fact that NetherRealm decided to land on a character like Takeda was a deliberate choice. It leads me to believe that Kenshi is going to be playing a large role in whatever this new storyline is, and that maybe by the end, we're in a distant enough future where the combat kids come into play. Speaking of, what does this mean for a character like Cassie Cage? Having just one of the combat kids feels awkward, so there's gotta be a reason for it, whether that reason is Kenshi just being one of the focal points of the story, or at least one of the other combat kids being on the playable roster. Or there's the equally likely chance that this is just more convoluted storytelling and the timeline doing what the Mortal Kombat timeline does and folding in on itself. Either way, good luck figuring this shit out, because I absolutely can't. Quan Chi's involvement here, knowing that Shang Tsung is likely the main villain of this upcoming game, hints at some sort of a deadly alliance taking place in the story, at least in my opinion. Shang Tsung is technically a DLC character as well, and with him being shown so far as the main villain, Quan Chi has to be a deliberate choice as well, and I predict him to be the first of the DLC characters to be officially announced. If only the good ending for Mortal Kombat 11 is canon and Shang Tsung is an invader in this universe, he may have needed some help from a certain NetherRealm sorcerer to cross that border. I bet Quan Chi gets revealed midway through the Mortal Kombat 1 story, and thus we get Shang Tsung as a DLC character on launch day, and Quan Chi as the first DLC character in the Combat Pack. Very excited to see how this new design looks and how he ends up playing in this new style. Lastly, we have Ermac, who surprises me because I was near certain that he was going to end up as a cameo character. Now here's the thing, I actually still believe that he will, and I'll be going more in depth on that in my next video that's going to be going over who I think will be in that cameo cast of characters. But for now, I'll say this. The cameo characters revealed in this leak were Johnny Cage, Tremor, Farah, Chameleon, and Movado. Now the interesting and very annoying thing is that I already successfully predicted Tremor, Farah, and Movado, but now the world will never know because this leak happened before I could upload my other video. But the even more interesting thing to people who aren't me is that Johnny Cage is listed as a cameo character when he is also confirmed for the main roster. Now, I find it hard to believe that many playable characters will double as assists, but if it's a limited thing, I bet that Ermac is one of them. I wouldn't be shocked if Big Ed's plans were to have Ermac be a cameo character just to see the world light on fire because people wanted him playable, all to just reveal him to be DLC post-launch. I am actually very confident in this opinion, so although I may not have proof of my other correct predictions, believe me on this one. So that just about does it. What do you guys think about all this? With much of the game still being draped in mystery, it's hard to come to many strong conclusions, but I'd love to hear your predictions down below. So far, honestly, I'm pretty spot on, so I'd like to see if anybody can beat me on my Nostradamus shit. Alright, peace.